Welcome back to RGO Photo. I'm Chris. We're going to test yet another Canon EF lens. This is the 35 to 135 USM. Goes from f4 to f5.6 and covers a pretty useful range. Pretty large range at that. So this lens came out in 1990, which makes it a year older than the OG I use, and we're going to put it up against the 28 to 135 IS USM lens. This is a 1998 lens, so that's an 8-year gap difference in, I guess, your lens technology. So of course I shot these on the test board, and I have IS, the stabilizer, turned off on this camera. Make sure we're not correcting for stabilization errors while it's on a tripod. And we shot it on the test board. But since I've been calibrating my cameras, or the lenses to the cameras, specifically each camera, I went ahead and calibrated this 35 to 135 to, I happen to have another 6D. So this is my 6D with the 24 to 105L lens, and this is my new 6D. This has 9,000 clicks on it, 9,000 shutter actuations, and I picked it up for less than $300 delivered to my door. Cannot complain about that. So I had been using the 5D Mark II for my camera, for my lens testing, because I don't mind if I run this shutter count up. This thing is it's about 220,000. It came with about 219 on it, so I didn't put all those on it, clearly. Otherwise I'd be better by now, right? I decided, because this one, even the white balance is something weird with it. Even when I set the white balance, I don't just have it on auto white balance. I just don't like the look of it. The test board, instead of looking white, it looks like it's been stained with tea or coffee or something. So anyway, all this is shot on the 6D. So calibrating this 6D to the lens, you can calibrate both the wide and the telephoto. So let me show you the results of the calibration real quick so that I can show you I'm giving this camera, or this lens, every chance to succeed here. So right here on the left is uncalibrated, no calibration on the wide end, and on the right is at +2. So if you look in the center, there's not much difference. And there's really not much difference in the extreme corners. Again, uncalibrated here. You kind of see maybe some difference in the corners that aren't so extreme. So like here, I almost want to say maybe the uncalibrated's better. But you can see here, maybe this is just slightly better in the corners. Not too much difference in the non-extreme areas. Check this other top corner. And so that's +2 on the right. Now, +4 on the right. Here, again, not the extreme corners, but down here in the semi corner, it's just a little better on +4. See how this is just a little better? +4, you see how that's just crisper right here in that, not the extreme corner. But so what I did was, with the +2, the +4, I just made it +3 on the wide end. So we go to telephoto, and I'm at -8 on the telephoto. Let me show you that. No calibration on the left, other than it's already at the wide end, +3. So telephoto 0. And you can't really, both of them aren't that good. But when you look in the corners, you can see that this right hand side, the -8, is a bit better than this side. So -8 is on the right, and that corner's bad on both. It's just better, or not as bad, on the right. Again, not a great corner for either, but just better on the right. And that one, You see here, it's just a little sharper down here in that, not quite, and maybe you'd call that the mid frame, mid corner. So my wide end is +3 and my telephoto end is -8. So everything in the middle, the camera's going to average as it goes through. So now let's look at our test board results. All right, so we're going to do here at 35 millimeters f4. And so I set up the 28 to 135 to do that. So we got the test lens on the left here. And notice the barrel distortion on both. The 28 to 135 might be as bad barrel distortion, but again, this is not wide open for that. That's another 7 millimeters down. But look at the vignetting on the 35. Now f4, going in the middle here. You can see that the 135 is just sharper at f4 and just sharper in the corners. This top left corner is going to be closer at times. This not very close here. But just sharper in the middle, sharper on the corners on the IS USM. So let's stop it down one stop. Check out the center. Just sharper on the right. Just much sharper on the right. Again, hit these corners real quick. The corner got definitely better on the 35, but just not up to where the IS USM is. This is a pretty good corner. See, the extreme corner on the 28 isn't so good. It's maybe a little better here, but as soon as you get off that extreme corner, the right side is just so much better. Now this top corner, not too bad, but you see just so much better on the IS USM. I don't know what to call that thing. The 28 millimeter, we'll call it. 35 versus 28. Stopping down another stop to f8. They're both pretty good in the middle, but when you look at them side by side, again, just sharper on the right. Just plain old, just better on the right. We got a lot better than we started on the left, but just not keeping up with the right hand side. Again, that extreme corner might go to the left, but as soon as you get off the extreme corner, we're not close anymore. Look how good this is on the right. So now we're at 70 millimeters and we're at f5. That's where the 35 to 135 goes at 70 millimeters. Go into the middle here, and both of them are just not good. I know from past experience that 70 millimeters is kind of a weak spot on the 135 on the right, but it's still, I can't say it's better than the left, but that corner's better. You know, neither of them are doing great, but still, I feel like it's tough to say. They're both pretty bad right there, but we're going to stop it down 2/3 of a stop to 6.3. So going into the middle here at 6.3, we got a lot better on both of them, but I think now the right has picked it up. So the IS USM is just looking better. Corners aren't so good. That corner's pretty good on the right. Again, just another good corner for the right. And here you got to give this top left corner to the newcomer, the 135, or the 35 to 135. So now we're going to go down and full stop to f9. F9. So going into the middle here, both of them cleaned up real good, but man, that won't look at the right side. It's just so much crisper, so sharp. Pretty good corner, but like I said, 70 millimeters is kind of a weak spot on this lens on the right, and it's just not good at all on the left. Again, this corner may go to the 35 to Yeah, definitely goes to 35 to 135. So now we're at 100 millimeters. We're at 5.6 on both lenses because that is where they actually both go at 100 millimeters. We'll go into the center here. And as you can see, 5.6 is wide open for both and just way better on the right. Even though it's not good, it's just better. And we'll check this one. But yeah, just better still on the right. So now we're going to go down a stop to f8. They both are doing much better here, but way crisper on the right. Just look how just better that all is. Look at that extreme corner. When you get out of the extreme corner, it's still just so much better. Look at royal flush right there. I mean, that's crispy. Real nice. Again, real nice here at 100 millimeters. And I think you got to give that top left corner there. So now we're just going to go down a third of a stop to f9. F9. So going in the middle here. Again, it's so much better on the left than it was, but the right hand side is just way, way, way better. Maybe not that corner. It's still better on the right. It's just not extremely better. Definitely better in that mid corner. Look how much difference there is there. All right, 135. So now we're at the telephoto end completely, starting at 5.6 again. Go into the middle. Not doing good here on the left. Much better there on the right. And that's the theme. So going down a stop to f8. Going in the middle again. Cleaning up a little bit on the left, but it can't run with the right hand side. And we'll move on to f9 here, jump in the middle. Just so much more crisp on the right, and that is the theme. Look how good the right is. Even here, the right is still better, even though this top left corner has been a strong point for the lens. In this case, it's just not quite up to the right hand side. So I've tried to give this lens its best shake with the calibration. So this is a +3 at the wide and a -8 at the telephoto. The 28 to 135 here, I'm at a -10 on the wide and 0 on the telephoto. So unfortunately, this lens is not up to snuff. I was hoping it would do better. It's pretty compact for what it is, especially for its reach. It's got 100 millimeters worth of reach, so that's pretty nice. But yeah, for whatever reason, it's just not working out. And both lenses were shot on the same camera, so it's not like I shot this lens on this camera and this lens on this camera or anything like that. Same camera, same tripod, same test chart. So anywho, I think next video we are going to retest a lens that I had before, the 24 to 85 USM lens, f3.5 to 4.5. Could be very intriguing. This is wider than the OG and also a little longer than the OG and a brighter aperture. Now the previous version of this I did a test on, and I don't have that lens, so it must not have done very well, so I had to repurchase this lens. But now that I'm calibrating the lens to the camera, maybe it'll do better than it did last time. So Hopefully you'll stick around for that video. Hope you enjoyed this video. I'm sure somebody out there has a good copy of this 35 to 135, but not the one I have. So hope you liked this video. If you did, give us that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down there, and as always, thanks for watching.